my teenage years and early 20s, I had many unresolved issues that manifested in my life as substance abuse and anger. When I was at my darkest point, alone in a jail cell, I drew on the universal love and strength within to turn around my outlook on life and my health, ultimately manifesting in my gratitude and my success. Thanks. Yeah, brother.
Several years ago, I was living and working in Los Angeles, and I was discovering books on spirituality, reading books by and about Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Yukteswar, Babaji, and Siddhartha. And every lunch hour, I would sit outside and read for an hour. Well, one particular day, I needed to go to a flower shop to purchase some flowers for a colleague of mine that was going through a rough patch. So I'm driving in Los Angeles at lunchtime down Olympic Boulevard, and I notice to my right, I was the first car at the red light in the right-hand lane, and on the sidewalk was a gentleman, and all of a sudden he walks diagonally into the middle of this busy intersection. And I notice that he's carrying a can, and he lifts it over his head, and he starts to pour oil over the top of his head. And I'm looking, and this guy's gonna light himself on fire. So I'm in the right-hand lane, I make a quick right turn, I park my car, and I run out into the middle of this intersection, and I start talking to the guy. What's the matter? Why are you doing this? And he says, well, my friends don't understand me, my family doesn't understand me, I feel all alone, and I just don't understand people anymore. Well, my heart goes out to the guy, and I'm thinking, well, I say to him that, you're asking right questions, and it's like you're standing in front of this large curtain, and the drapes are drawn shut, and your questions are starting to open the curtain, and you're seeing through to the other side. And we talked for a bit, and I convinced him to walk with me to the sidewalk. And he can't open his eyes because his face is covered in oil, and so I lead him to the sidewalk, and there's a crowd of people that had gathered there, and they welcomed him, and so I left him with the people, and I crossed the street to go back to my car. I was on my way to pick up some flowers, and so I'm driving in my car, and all of a sudden a spiritual teacher comes into my head and asks me, what did you learn from this? And I say that my heart went out to this guy, and he says, you're learning about trust. You need to learn to trust. And then he finishes by asking me if I play guitar, which I didn't at the time, but I subsequently purchased an electric guitar, and I learned chords and some scales. But actually now, thanks to my wife, I do play violin.
Coming, and I know time is running, got to go. Fate is coming, and I know, let it go. Here right now, under the banner of heaven, we dream out loud, dream out loud.
You see, I come from a family of addiction, and I knew at a young age it was in my blood. And at the age of 19, I woke up and decided that I am going to create something different. That is when I started to learn about the power of prayer and how strong spirit is. My spirit is strong.
Yes, Tanya.
Your spirit is strong.
Yes, yes.
Since then, I've allowed spirit to guide and illuminate my path so that I may be the best role model I can be for my cousins that struggle with addiction.
Yeah, Tanya.
Fate is coming, that I know. Time is running, got to go. Fate is coming, that I know. Let it go. Here and now. Under the banner of heaven we dream out loud. Dream out loud. Fate is coming, that I know. Time is running, got to go.